Hello there, this is Erwin and Minda Torres. Kami ay nakatira sa Richmond, BC since 2009. Pero nung dumating kami, diyan kami nagstay sa downtown Vancouver. 16 years na kami dito sa BC. Kami galing sa London, we were working in the Middle East, particularly in Saudi Arabia for 14 years, being healthcare workers. Actually, when we arrived, kami ay dumating dito having a work visa permit. And then eventually, after a year or two, kinonvert namin sa permanent residency through the provincial nominee program. And then from there, after 5 years, nag-apply kami through the CIC as a Canadian resident.
Because we're working visa, nung dumating kami, nag-apply kami on our own sa CIC for the permanent residency. But because we are working in the hospital, we were sponsored by the hospital as a provincial nominee program. So it just took us 3 months to get our residency. And then after 3 to 4 years, we applied again for the citizenship. And right now, we're also Canadian citizen.
Why do we choose Canada? It's because nung nandun kami sa London, we applied for citizenship then. By the way, 8 years kami doon sa London. And then in the span of 8 years, kumuha din kami ng citizenship doon. So we became a British passport holder. So ang una naming ginawa is nagbakasyon kami sa papuntang Toronto, Canada dahil andun yung most of my wife's relative or Minda's relatives are there. So they asked us to visit them. So that we did. And then nakita namin ang difference ng our way of living sa London and the way of living in North America, particularly in Canada. So after that vacation, we decided na if we could come here to Canada, it would be better for us. We applied through different facilities, pero what happened was the British Columbian Health Organization went to London to recruit healthcare workers to work here. So massive recruitment yon for the Fraser Health, Providence, and the Vancouver Coastal Health. So we applied for that, having a chance to work in Canada. So nangyari yon. Luckily, we after a month, a year, or 6 months. After a year of processing that, we were finally over here.
Then when we came, of course, kahit saan ka naman pumunta, mag-uumpisa ka pa rin. So, siyempre sa pag-uumpisa, marami kang hirap o challenges na madadaanan mula sa working environment mo. Of course, it's a new environment. Tapos adjusting sa climate, plus meeting new people. And siyempre pag nag-start ka, at first, nag-uupa kami ng apartment when we came
sa
here,
downtown.
sa downtown. Even, although mahal din, pero kailangan mong
Gawin lahat.
Para
Ma-settle down.
Ma-settle ka. Once
Yeah.
ma-settle down ka, it's okay. Marami
Yeah.
rin naman tutulong sa atin ng mga even mga co-workers namin. They are willing to work. So, but new policy, new environment, new leaders and everything. So lahat yan ipi-face mo, but you will also buy it, but if you're not choosy,
Yeah. So,
try to do your best.
the only difference sa aming pagpunta dito sa Canada is that because may trabaho na kami na pupuntahan before coming over because of the work visa. So, meron na rin kaming employer nang dumating kami dito. So, our biggest challenge was accommodation. Accommodation. I think that was our biggest challenge. Kasi
But
hindi
luckily,
namin alam ang Vancouver.
We have
actually.
friends
Yeah.
here that came first.
Yeah.
So she's the one who helped us to have an apartment for ourselves.
Yeah. And then when we settled down, lahat ng aming gamit na galing sa London, pinadala namin dito through cargo. And then when we settled down, and then we tried to look for a place, a better place na kung where we are comfortable. Kasi medyo may kamahalan din yung downtown way back 16 years ago. May kamahalan na. So,
But things will change as you go along,
yeah. You,
getting friends around, and
Yeah.
then socialize.
Then
Get
we-
socialize.
and then we know people, and then actually we are still hanging out with people that came from UK. So we have a group that we get together once or twice a year in socializing, like a party and camping during summer. So these are mostly people that came from UK, and then from there it branched to different people, like friends of the family that we acquainted with, and then hanggang dumami na kami. So ganun ang nangyari, and then we've been helping each other. So life is a bit of a challenge here. It's not always that
Bread and butter.
it's always like it's smooth sailing. Meron din mga challenges, but kung hindi ka lang mamili sa trabaho, you will overcome it.
Since we came here, there's balance in life. Even though we're working, we still have time for ourselves to enjoy the activities we really enjoy, especially outdoor.
Yeah.
There's always work and pressure. Because unlike the previous country that we've been, they're all just work.
Yeah,
work.
we were working hard in UK, and we felt that walang balance doon in our life. Like we always feel like we're always working. Baka pasyal man kami, but it's not really to our satisfaction na we are satisfied with that. Ngayon, yung buhay namin dito sa Canada, although we are working full time, but we do have an alternative way of having to spend time together outside, having time to relax, having time to travel, and having time to enjoy the things that we do. Kami
Time
as
with the
couples,
family.
we enjoy outdoors, we enjoy camping, we enjoy riding our motorcycle in different places in this province. Actually, it's not only limited to this province, but we've been to the farthest province here in this north portion of America, which is like in the Northwest Territories, like the Arctic Ocean. So we traveled driving. That's how we enjoy our life outside from work, and this makes it like a balance in what we do and enjoy.
Canada is family oriented, and one thing
Yeah,
is good
it's
about
family
it,
oriented, and
healthcare is good in here.
yeah, and there are a couple of things that we really like being in Canada is the family oriented place. People are nice. Our healthcare is really nice. You just have to work for it. Like you have to have a good job to have a good healthcare. Um, Pension is always good, and although everything is getting expensive in the whole world, but still we can make do. Yeah. So I think our journey will end up in this part of the world. Um, we are planning to retire here permanently. Um, that's our plan A, and because when we retire, we have a support from the government, especially the pension and the healthcare system.
So if ever you want to come to Canada, it's hard. It's not always bread and butter, but if you're ready for it, then go for it, because you'll never regret coming here, because you'll enjoy
Life,
life
life here, and
as long as you're not choosy.
yeah,
You can work
yeah. There's a
anytime.
lot of work here. As long as you're not choosy, time will come that you will adjust to everything, and then you will be reunited with your family back home if you come here as a single, and then you have family back home.
You can get
You can get them eventually in the near future. So keep having that dream to come over to Canada. And okay, that's only what we can say. All right, bye.
Bye.